starting.
Okay, everybody, so as we are reviewing from the lab, there's different gait patterns, functional mobility patterns that we can use. We have a 4-point pattern, and before I start, I just want to preface that all of the devices are not fit properly for me. What I'm going to use is just what is available to show the patterns. This is not about confirmation of fit. That will be separate. So for a 4-point pattern, consider having 4 moving parts. And so having this bilateral device attached with a frame, I'm able to perform the 4-point pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. So a device, my lower extremity, device, lower extremity. It's almost as if this device is an extension from my hand. With this device being attached and having bilateral support, I can also perform a 2-point pattern. That's going to be a faster progression. It's going to resemble a more normal gait pattern or functional mobility pattern. And so having 2 moving components, 1, 2, 1, 2. I could also perform that with a bilateral device such as an axillary crutch, or maybe bilateral canes or bilateral Lofstrom crutches. So having the components moving for a 4-point pattern would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Having a nice step-through pattern. For a 2-point pattern, it would be, again, faster, resembling more of a normal mobility pattern for normal gait. 1, 2, 1, 2. If I wanted to demonstrate a 3-point pattern, that would be for someone who is a non-weight-bearing status. And so having a 3-point pattern would look like this. 3 moving components. 1, advance the affected non-weight-bearing extremity. 2, 3. 1, 2 is advancing the affected non-weight-bearing extremity. 3. 1, 2, 3. As we stated in our lab, whenever you hear modified, think of a progression. So if I have a 3-point pattern that's non-weight bearing, then a 3-point modified pattern would allow for some weight. Whether I'm bearing the weight in a touchdown or a toe touch pattern, where that gives me just a base of support and stability, not really a lot of weight is advancing through my limb that's affected. Or if I have a partial weight bearing status, that is going to allow for a specified percentage, maybe 50%, 75%. The modified 3-point pattern still allows for that weight. It could even be weight bearing as tolerated. But that is going to have 3 moving parts, and it is going to progress from a 3-point. So 1, 2, and let's say it's partial weight bearing 50%, 3-point modified. 1, 50% partial weight bearing for 2, 3-point modified. 1, 50% weight bearing for number 2, 3-point modified. I could do that with a bilateral device if I had a non-weight bearing extremity. That is going to allow for me to as well do the 3-point pattern. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I can progress my 3-point modified with a bilateral device as well. So let's say I'm weight bearing as tolerated on my right lower extremity. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That would be a 3-point modified. For a 4-point pattern, which is a reminder, 4 moving components, 1, 2, 3, 4, to be progressed, I could go from a 4-point to a 4-point modified. For that, I would need to have a unilateral device, and it would look like this. 4 moving components, but with a unilateral device. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I wanted to progress from a 2-point, which, just a reminder, 2-point, 2 moving parts, faster gait velocity, more resembling a normal gait, to a 2-point modified, it would look just like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. That is a 2-point modified. That was an abbreviated version of our functional mobility patterns. Thank you so much.